Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secureteam. So I want to start off today with a brand new discovery courtesy of my friend and fellow YouTuber Mr. MBB333, who after recently was scouring some of the newly released video footage taken from the live streaming camera on the International Space Station, and he discovered something very bizarre that seemed to be hovering right at the very top of planet Earth's atmosphere. So take a look at this clip from his channel.
Saturday, March 17th, 9 p.m. Mountain Time, 2018. Guys, in this video, we take a look at something high above the Earth, visible from the International Space Station. Saw this just about an hour ago. So I got the cameras rolling, and this is what I recorded. I don't know what this is. It seems to be high above the atmosphere. This is a still shot of whatever this object or objects are. Here is the actual video, and I tried to stay on it the best I could. I was actually doing this with my iPhone because I was not expecting this. It just happened, and I didn't want it to cycle through and not be able to at least capture it. So here it is. It's off in the distance. I've zoomed in considerably here so we can take a closer look at this thing, whatever it is. Seems to be high above the atmosphere, above Earth, and it's kind of got some reflective properties. Seems to be moving a little bit. I don't know. I've never seen anything quite like this. And I watch the ISS live streams quite a bit, but never seen anything quite this obvious. I think this is when I move the camera to the right and then I come back to the object or objects. Yeah, here I go to the right. And I'm not quite exactly sure where the space station was with respect to the Earth at this time. It just happened very quickly. Here it is again. Looks rather tall. Look at that. There's something up there.
Alright, so very interesting discovery of something that almost looked to be shape-shifting at times, coming up out of the atmosphere of the Earth. And I am dumbfounded as to what it could be. Is it some type of craft, object, some sort of manifestation of some kind? I don't know. It doesn't look like a glitch or anything like that to me, because I've seen a lot of glitches after reviewing thousands of hours of them, and this definitely looks like something appearing. And as I was watching it, it reminded me of a very similar piece of footage that I posted here on the Secureteam channel a couple of years back. Now, you guys know I love posting anything strange having to do with our moon. And so a couple years back, I had got in touch with an amateur astronomer who, after rigging his camera up to his telescope, he had a 12-inch Dobsonian telescope, so it's this giant telescope, almost as big as a person. And he had pointed it toward the moon when he discovered, very similar to this footage, almost what appeared to be a grouping of dark gray spheres. To me, they look like a big bouquet of balloons or something like that you would see at a birthday party. And so you're seeing that footage here, and you'll notice immediately, just sticking right up from the surface, this collection of gray-colored spheres. Now, I remember when that astronomer sent this to me, he indicated that he didn't have his tracking software set up yet, so it was hard to keep the telescope focused on the object. Furthermore, he was recording it with his camera attached to the telescope, and he said that when just looking through the telescope with his naked eye, the image of this object was 20 times clearer than what you're seeing here, and it was just an obvious, almost tower or sphere of these smaller gray spheres, sort of bunched together. And he said, in his opinion, if he had to compare it to something, that to him it looked almost like the nucleus of an atom. And you can see here where he created this diagram, taking some of the best still shots of this strange grouping, each putting a little red dot so we could count them out, as well as an image up here of an actual atom's nucleus structure. And you can see how it looks very similar, but that was just to put it in context to show you guys what it looked like. And so, yeah, it looks as if it was some sort of possibly inflated object that was hanging over the moon, up from the moon's surface. Another thing to note is that the astronomer the next day, the very next night, he zeroed in on this portion of the moon and the object was gone. He even located the exact area where this crater was. There's a set of 3 craters, and you're seeing this image here. This is exactly where the object was discovered. And as you're looking at this image, there's nothing in it that would look anything like this strange gray spherical structure. And furthermore, here we can see more precisely the area zoomed out where this object was found, right near the south pole of the moon, for any of you astronomers out there who want to try to find this thing. But yeah, this just reminded me of that. Again, it was there for one night. When he came back and looked, it was gone, which makes me think whatever these groupings of gray spheres are, that they were mobile. They had the ability to move and or fly away or whatever they did, but it's very similar to this piece of footage that we have of something else hanging up in the atmosphere of the Earth. And yeah, if you guys want to watch the entire video regarding this UFO on the moon, I will put the link to it down below, because in that video I give a lot more information about the type of telescope used, the type of eyepiece used, camera, a lot of the more technical details. And so if you guys want to go and check that out, you can. And when you do, mind you, that video was one of my earlier ones where my mic wasn't as great and I didn't sound as wonderful as I do today. So try not to cringe too hard. But what do you guys think of both of these videos? This new one found by Mr. MBB333. Let me know down below, and head over to his original video and give him a like and show him some love. He has some great findings and an eagle eye for mysterious things happening, especially weather phenomenon, things captured on satellite imagery, and whatnot. So check out his channel if you like that stuff. So now, in other news, I've got a few quick updates here, the first of which is in regards to that massive cigar-shaped interstellar object that was seen entering and exiting our solar system last year. You'll remember that Stephen Hawking, the late great, had spearheaded the research into what that mystery object was, something that we had never seen before, something that they had first called a comet, although the object had nothing in the way of comet characteristics, no plume, no tail, no coma, no nothing. So then they upgraded it to an asteroid, which even then had its own set of problems. Stephen Hawking himself said that this may have been an alien spacecraft that was using the gravity of our sun to slingshot its way back out into space, which is exactly what it did. Well, we have a new update regarding this mystery object, which also goes by the name of Oumuamua, in that a new study has just revealed that the mysterious needle-shaped object probably originated in a 2-star system. And so in this new study, they found that this mystery object probably didn't come from a system like our own, with just one sun, and that after performing some modeling work, the data indicated that systems that have 2 close orbiting stars tend to boot out asteroids much more efficiently than a 1-star system would. And apparently there are a lot of these so-called binary systems out there, with previous research showing that more than half of all of the Milky Way's stars in our entire galaxy have a close stellar companion. And so obviously they are still going with the narrative that this is just an asteroid, despite the fact and all of these strange earmarks of the object potentially being artificial in nature, just from the way it's moving, where it came from, its high metal content, the fact that we'd never seen one before, and that basically they are saying that, well, it had to have gotten here then, if it's an asteroid, by maybe one of these binary systems with 2 suns, you know, a stronger, bigger sun and a much more dim sun that somehow launched this asteroid out into the universe, finally making its way to us. But again, this is just a theory, it's just a calculation, and the biggest question of them all still remains, which is, what was this object truly? And could it have been our first view of a true interstellar spacecraft. Because remember, these are all just artist renderings, making it look like it's just some pencil-thin rock. We don't actually have any photographs of the object. So don't be fooled by these pictures here. Okay, this object that passed by very well could have had engines on it, could have well had portholes, and been a legit interstellar craft. And you can bet your bottom dollar that had it been, and should the government and the powers that be already know this, well, they're not going to tell us, obviously. So they put out artist renderings like this and say, well, it's just a, one of those weird things, go on about your business. So the object has left our solar system. We're likely never going to see it again, but what I will say is that one of the most well-known types of UFOs that have been sighted both here on Earth and around other planets is that of the cigar. And so the evidence shows that that object that just left may not be the only one, and that we may have many more still in our solar system. So tell me what you guys think about that down below. And lastly today, I just want to give a special thanks to Tracy for sending in this pic of her new Secureteam hoodie. If you remember, we posted another pic a viewer had sent in from Romania not too long ago, and I just love posting pics of our supporters and our fans and our Insomnia teammates who gear up and want to send these pics in. So big thanks to Tracy and shout out to her, looking good. And with that, I'm going to jump off here, guys. Thank you all for stopping by today. We've got much more strangeness to come, so stay tuned right here on the channel. Come down the rabbit hole with me. Let's all do it together. And one day we will uncover the truth. So stay tuned, stay safe, and I'll see you back in just a bit.